Hello and welcome to another edition of What's Cooking. I'm your host, Mitch Stroman. Now, normally, What's Cooking shines a spotlight on some of the most exciting restaurants in northern Arizona while putting you into the kitchen with the chefs from those restaurants. But today, as you can clearly see, we're out of our kitchen for the very first time and we're taking What's Cooking on the road to the great outdoors, right on the other side of the wall of this historic cabin at the Pioneer Museum of Flagstaff. We're going to show you the art and the science of Dutch oven cooking. Now, Chef Russ Richens is the chef for R&R Catering and Rocking R&R Chuck Wagon. Chef Russ has worked for years with the Arizona Game and Fish Department. R&R Catering not only serves vittles at events around the state, but Russ and his wife Susan also travel all around Arizona with a chuck wagon, teaching Dutch oven cooking classes. Russ and Susan also compete in Dutch oven competitions. They've taken home a lot of medals, including the Arizona State International Dutch Oven Cooking Society Championship. Yes, there is such a thing. These two love to share their passion for cooking outdoors with Dutch ovens while debunking the myth that cooking with a Dutch oven is difficult. Now, before we meet Arizona's Dutch oven couple, let's show you around our kitchen here outdoors on location at the historic Pioneer Museum in Flagstaff. We're here with Bill Peterson, the Northern Division Director for the Arizona Historical Society, inside the historic Doney Cabin, which was constructed back in 1908. So this is part of the museum here at the Pioneer Museum.
Indeed it is. It was moved to the grounds in 1967 and it's been one of our star attractions ever since.
Well, this is kind of a cool place to be talking with you, Bill, because this represents the essence of the Pioneer Museum, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Ben Doney was an early resident to town, and this cabin represents all of the things that we try to cover here at the Pioneer Museum, from our agricultural heritage to the timbering to the trains. Everything that made northern Arizona what it is today.
And the Pioneer Museum opened up when?
The Pioneer Museum opened in the 1960s as the Northern Arizona Pioneers Historical Society. It's in the hospital, the old Coconino County Hospital building, and it has been a museum since I think it officially opened in 1963. They purchased the building in '60.
The grounds are also used for a lot of events, and a lot of very big and special events here in northern Arizona. Talk about that.
Well, we use the grounds several times a year for some festivals. We have a Fiber and Wool Festival that takes place in early June. We have, of course, a folk festival which takes place in late June, and then in the fall, in October, early October, we do our Pioneer Heritage Festival.
So a lot of people come to this place, not just to see the museum and see the history, but also to be a part of the beautiful grounds and the beautiful facilities. And what's the attraction?
Well, we try to make it a place of learning, particularly lifelong learning, and we're trying to incorporate more hands-on learning so that people, instead of just seeing something behind glass, they can come and learn how people interacted with the objects from the past years ago.
Bill, you talked about the facility, the grounds. You've talked about the history of this wonderful and beautiful place. There's quite a bit of history that's connected to other places that are also very noteworthy in northern Arizona. Like, for example, there's a thread of history, if you will, that touches this place here at the Pioneer Museum and goes all the way up to the El Tovar Lodge at the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
There is. There's Charles Whittlesley designed the El Tovar. He also designed the Reardon Mansion here in town, and the Reardon Mansion is a state park that is managed by the Arizona Historical Society, and we're proud to showcase that. It's a 13,000 square foot craftsman style mansion that was originally owned by the Reardon brothers, who were a couple of the town founding important members. Well, we completely remodeled the museum, the downstairs, this winter. We were closed for a couple of months, and we've installed a brand new exhibit on the Arizona Historical Society's 150th birthday. So we've used that opportunity to tell some really great stories with objects from our collections, and then statewide, all of the state will have some of those objects on display. There'll be 150 of them, one for each year of our existence. But up here in the Northern Division, we've chosen objects that really tell great stories about being in northern Arizona. So we've got the Ben Doney Cabin, but we picked Mary Coulter, who also was famous.
Famous architect?
Famous architect. Well, she was called a designer because
That's
she was
true.
a woman. And that's why we tell that story, is because it's poignant, even if it's not a fair one.
Bill, the Pioneer Museum and the Arizona Historical Society do a lot of work throughout the state of Arizona.
Throughout the state.
To preserve the great and rich history of the Grand Canyon State. This is just one small piece of it.
It's a very small piece. We have facilities in Tempe at Papago Park. We have our mothership in Tucson with the Arizona History Museum. And we also have a division in Yuma, and a new division that is yet to have a facility, but an Eastern Arizona division as well.
And the Arizona Historical Society, if people want to check it out and investigate it online, they can do that.
Online, just do a search for Arizona Historical Society. You can plan visits, see what's going on at the different divisions, find out where you're at. We just opened in our museum in Tempe an exhibit on they'll be traveling around the state for about 2 years on the Medal of Honor winners in Arizona. So Arizona's got a rich history of Medal of Honor winners, and we're proud to showcase that.
Bill, it's a pleasure to sit here in this historic cabin and talk to you a little bit about the Pioneer Museum and the Arizona Historical Society. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And welcome back to What's Cooking at the Pioneer Museum in Flagstaff. We've been cooking now our bacon-wrapped beef product in our Dutch oven for about
40 minutes.
Yeah, about 40 minutes or so. So let's see what we've got in the oven. I love that little device you're using. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, sure. Now we do use a meat thermometer when we're cooking meat, right? And what do we want to get that to?
130 to 145.
Okay.
For medium.
For medium well. Okay, medium well or medium rare?
Well, medium to medium.
All right, let's get that bad boy out here.
Okay. I want to hold that over here.
Let me get you your hand here. Oh, that just looks and smells so wonderful. Now, we've got our bacon wrapped beef. We got our toothpicks here. But I think we need to taste this, don't you, Russ?
Yep.
I think a little sample is in order. So let's go ahead and dish up a little bit of this. How do you want to cut this? I mean, is there any particular way, with the grain, against
Well,
it?
with the bacon, it's nice just to cut it so that you're basically cutting steaks off of it.
Right.
So that each one's wrapped in a piece of bacon.
Okay, that sounds like a really good idea to me. So, like everybody right here, we'll do that. All right. Oh, that's actually very tender. Look at this. Look at this. So let's dish this up right here. Doesn't this look good? Russ, I don't know about you, but I'm getting really hungry. So I'm going to take a small slice of this and give it a shot. Cooked in the Dutch oven. Fabulous. That's absolutely wonderful. Oh, man. Bacon flavor, moisture in the meat. Absolutely fabulous. Russ, that's excellent.
Thank you.
All right. So we got our bacon wrapped beef. We done cornbread. So we need some dessert. It's summertime. And I'm thinking Dutch oven cooking. How about something like strawberries?
Yep.
Did you do strawberries?
We're going to do a strawberry shortcake, which is basically a strawberry cobbler. And
In the Dutch oven.
in the Dutch oven.
All right. We're going to have that when we come back here to What's Cooking. Welcome back to the Pioneer Museum in Flagstaff on What's Cooking, and we're with Russ, and we have been cooking some strawberry shortcake cobbler. What do we actually call this?
I call it strawberry shortcake, but anybody, you can call it a cobbler.
You can call it cobbler if you want. And
It's
how long
strawberry
is this? How long has this been cooking?
About 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes. Let's take a peek. See if we got some cobbler shortcake strawberry.
The one thing you've got to be careful when you cook this, it's real simple,
Okay.
but with that melted marshmallows on top, most people are used to pushing on the cake to see whether or not it's done.
Bad idea.
Very bad idea.
Okay. Why is that a bad idea?
Because you got melted strawberries and you
And
burn
that's-
your finger,
burn
and then
your-
you stick it in your mouth and you burn
In
your
your
mouth.
mouth and your mouth and your tongue, and then you're not enjoying eating the strawberry shortcake cobbler creation that we have right here. So I'm going to plate some of this. How's
Go
that
ahead.
sound? Just ready to be plated? Because we've got all kinds of good stuff here. So I'm just going to take a standard scoop. Oh, look at this. And the beauty of this, Russ, is that it doesn't have to be pretty. It can be like, this is the way you want to eat it. What a great way to enjoy the outdoors. With the family, you get outside, you're cooking. I mean, this is really the essence of Dutch oven cooking, really, isn't it?
Definitely.
Being outdoors with the family.
Yep.
Okay, we've already plated up, and let's recap all of the goodies, the vittles that we have been cooking outside here with our Dutch oven. We started with,
Cornbread,
yep,
and then a sweet bacon wrapped beef, and then strawberry shortcake.
strawberry shortcake or cobbler, whatever you like to
There
call.
you go.
Russ, you're big on this, using, cooking, teaching with Dutch ovens. You also do this as a living too, and you can see it right on your shirt here, R&R Catering out of Phoenix, Arizona, and we've got your book right here as well that's available online, Our Favorite Dutch Oven Recipes. How can people go online and learn more about what
We've got a website which is rr-catering.com, and we sell it on there, and we also do classes. We haven't done any up here in Flagstaff. We're looking to try to find a place to do it, and then we compete and do.
You have the chuck wagon.
Yeah, we compete with the chuck wagon mostly. We don't do the 3-pot competitions anymore because we enjoy doing the Dutch or the chuck wagon competitions a lot better, and we do a lot of those, and we do a lot of demos around the state.
I bet you teach a lot of families too.
Yes, a lot of people come to our classes, and then we'll see them at other demos saying how much they really enjoy what they've learned in our classes.
And it's the concept of taking everything outside without electricity. Use your family, a big cast iron Dutch oven like this, and you can make yourself, as you can see right here, a beautiful, delicious meal and enjoy that great time on the outdoors.
They're going to be done in your backyard also.
Do it in your backyard even. And create something like this, as delicious as this is. It's a lot of fun too.
Yep, we enjoy it a lot.
Russ, it's been great meeting you, sir, and your wife, and thank you for coming up here from Phoenix and teaching us a little bit about Dutch oven cooking. It's not that hard.
It's very simple.
It's
Just
really
regular
simple, and we thank you for joining us here on What's Cooking.
Okay, thank you.
You can explore the Pioneer Museum online at ArizonaHistoricalSociety.org. Also, you can check in with Arizona Game and Fish online at azgfd.gov. And their office in Flagstaff is at 3500 South Lake Mary Road, and you can call them at 928-774-5045. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Mitch Stroman, and we'll see you in the kitchen next time with another great chef when we find out what's cooking.